5 ways to engage with your audience and make them feel super connected to you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are around this beautiful, beautiful world. How are you doing on Friday? Happy Friday. So happy to be with you here. Today I'm gonna give you 5 ways to really create your TEDx script absolutely super engaging. So let's dive in straight away. Just before that, actually, put a hashtag replay. If you're watching on replay, put hashtag live. If you're watching it on live, I know a lot of people right now are somewhere on the holiday and enjoying the sunshine and hopefully the beach on the mountain or wherever you are. I hope that you're having an amazing time. But those of you who are doing a TEDx very soon and writing right now a script, I know you're under a lot of pressure. So let me give you the 5 ways, very simple ways to really create a very powerful script. So how we create a powerful script is, let's just do it. Number 1 is to put your audience in the scene next to you, literally. How you do that is by describing the place, the time, the people around you, the people you're talking with. I'm going to give you a very short example. It is August 2022, and I'm doing my podcast episodes going live on LinkedIn and YouTube. And I'm so excited to talk to my audience. And out of nowhere, this didn't happen. If you see, it took me, what was it, like 15 seconds to put in the scene next to me what I was doing. I'm doing it right. The scene, the people around you. Well, there's no one next to me, but I kind of led the whole story first by describing where I am, what time it is, like date and time, um, and and what I'm doing and the emotions right now. And then right, Doris is saying hashtag live. Oh my god, Doris, I haven't seen you for ages. So happy to see you here. It is wonderful to see you too. Absolutely amazing. Me and Doris, January 2020. So here you go. Let me give you another example. It is January 2020. And I'm doing a course with amazing 6 people, each of them amazing business owners, very inspirational. And we are on Zoom with our mind-blowing coach. Here you go. In few seconds, I put you in the scene next to me. Thank you, Doris. I was using our course as an example. It would be good to explain also like what the course is if it's relevant to your story. But do always start your story when you tell a story in your TEDx by putting me, the audience, next to you, so I know where you are, what month and year it is, day, like time, if it's relevant to your story. If it's not relevant, skip it. But I need you to really describe those. It's going to take you again a few seconds. Doris is putting a smile. Thank you. That is so cool. Number 2. So I'm talking about 5 ways to create very powerful TEDx scripts. And those, by the way, 5 ways they don't work just for TEDx. They work for all kinds of speeches. So if you're about to get on stage, regardless what kind of stage, and even business stages, what I'm giving you right now works really well. I tested it. so many times. I've been to so many different business stages. I was using this, what I'm going to give you, the 5 ways, on Retail Expo. Like, I was literally playing with describing the scene and where I am and what's happening around me. I was telling them a story from Monaco when I was living in Monaco. It was a story from a meeting with a future client of mine, which later on became a client of mine. And we were like, his office was on the top of one of the buildings at Port Hercule. And literally, I just described the whole scene in a few seconds. So what I'm giving you, it doesn't work just for TEDx. It works for all kind of stages. So stay with me if you're not about TEDx only, but all kind of talks. Connie saying hi from Maryland. Good morning, America. Good morning, Connie. Good morning, everyone in Maryland. So lovely to see you. I love your advice. Thank you. Okay, number 2 in our 5 ways to create a very, very powerful TEDx talk and all kind of talks. Number 2 is to describe the pain, the transformation, the difficulties from your story. So if you went from a very painful moment through different transformations all the way to where you are right now, and you want basically people to feel you, to connect with you, the quickest way is to start describing that pain, basically, then to describe the transformation, all the difficulties, what you went through, and then you say like where you are right now. So these are 3 stages, as you can see, as you can hear, and that's the same in the movies. The movies always start like before, during, and then like right now, after transformation, after that pain is overtaken. And if that is not yet finished, like if you're still in that transformation, just say it. You don't have to make it up, you don't have to lie. Just say like, I'm still in that transformation and I already decided this and this, I think it's gonna work. Being super honest on stage makes your audience super connecting to you, right? There's so many speakers right now I see on stage, on TEDx stage. I see them on different stages, either physically, like in person, or online stages. And you can feel that something is missing, like something they're not saying right, that something is like kind of fake and on the surface, but they don't dive deep. Sometimes people don't dive deep in those pain, in those feelings and those emotions, only because they're afraid to be emotional on stage. If you're doing that, just pick these parts of the story which you know that you'll be able to stage without like your throat is stopping you, right? So the reason why I'm encouraging you to use emotional stories, and just stories, not just emotional stories, is because this is I'm going to use one of the neuroscience law, which is a neuroscience law of association. Okay, and when the brain basically works, the way how we associate ourselves with someone else is when we hear a story and we know that we either went through something which is exactly same or something very similar. That's why stories are so emotional for the audience, and they're so powerful to tell your teaching through the story, through your own story or someone else's story. Now, if we're talking about personal stories, that's usually some kind of a pain what you or someone else went through, and basically that means that you're going to talk about the emotional decisions, the emotional events that happen in your life. If this is a business story, that's slightly different. What you need to pick from your story is basically always, if it's a business story, is related to money and time. That's usually what in the past was working well. It's still working very well. So something which is connected to money decisions and time decisions. If your TEDx talk or your speech on all kind of stages is business related. Okay, so again, number two, from the 5 ways to create your super powerful script and super powerful speech, is to describe the pain, the transformation, the difficulties from your story. Number 3, put before I go to number 3 and 4 and 5, put any kind of questions in the comments below. Say hi so I can see that you're watching. I want to see who is watching. If you have any kind of questions for TEDx, as this is the TEDx podcast, the Red Dot Speaker Star podcast, and I'm answering all kind of questions around TEDx. I give you TEDx tips every Friday, 12 p.m. UK time, and whatever is in the other time zones around the world. That's why I say morning, afternoon, and evening every time when I start my life. Okay, so don't be shy and put all kind of questions and comments in the comment box below. I'm gonna see them. So I can see that now. I see them last week. I couldn't see my comments for some reasons. Okay, number 3 is the pivot of your story. The pivot of your story is the exact critical moment that made you or someone else take a decision to change your life. This is the pivot of your story, because if someone is going through the same pain, the number 2, what you describe, they are literally sitting there and waiting for that pivot moment to be like, oh my God, I can do this in my life. Obviously, if you're telling this story, then it worked for you. Therefore, most probably it's going to work for them. So whoever is sitting in the audience, me in the audience watching you, I'm going to wait for you to say that exact moment that made you change your life. So describe that moment. What exactly urged you to change? The biggest mistake what people do here is that people usually say, like, they go from the pain, like, oh yeah, I've been going through this, emotions and this pain and this transformation, and then it's like, and now I'm here, and the middle part is missing, like that specific moment, that bulb moment that made you change. It's so important. Don't skip it. That would be a huge mistake, because if you go from pain to, and now I'm here, people will be like, okay, I'm so lost, and they're gonna lose interest to watch you. Okay, you don't want people to click away or walk away from or start thinking in their mind about completely different things. You want them to be with you. So don't skip parts of your story. Go from pain to that critical moment that make take decision to change your life, through the transformation and difficulties and denies and delays, etc., all the way to where you are right now and what you've been doing. Again, put hashtag live if you're watching it live, and put hashtag replay if you're watching it as a replay. All kind of questions are very welcome. Now, number 4 is something what also people do as a mistake. Put hell a lot of humor in your story. Okay, the reason why people don't do that, and this is a huge mistake, is because they're kind of afraid that, oh my God, my topic is so serious, I should not make fun of it, I should not put any kind of like jokes and humor. Let me just bust that for a second. People love laughing. Okay, regardless what is your topic, trust me, I'm going to give you a few examples about that. Regardless what is your topic, you can always put a lot of humor in your story. This way, you're gonna, if it's a very serious talk, and I'm now telling you, you need to put humor. If you manage to do that, seriousness with humor, you're gonna create a very controversial speech. Okay, people love controversial speech. Let me just give you examples. Sir Ken Robinson, very amazing, famous person. He's English. He lived a very long time in America. He sadly passed away 2 or 3 years ago. I would say 3 years because it was before pandemic. So his first not but his second TEDx talk was how to escape education's death valley. had a lot of sense of humor. Like his sense of humor was like shining through his speech. Okay, it was hilarious to watch it. But what make it controversial, and that's what I want you to do as well, um, is that he was talking about education, where people, basically the moment when you say education system, everyone is arguing. Okay, he managed to put a lot of humor to make it that controversial that people don't just argue, they just like, we all agreed with him, okay, throughout his speech. His first TEDx talk actually was do schools kill creativity? A lot of people, I'm sure, put a yes in the comment if you watched that TEDx talk, or no if you didn't watch it. Majority of the people know do schools kill creativity. Not many of you watch How to Escape Education's Death Valley. Put yes to if you did watch How to Escape Education's Dead Valley, and put yes one if you did watch Do Schools Kill Creativity. um, so my favorite one is the number two, the TEDx number two, How to Escape Education's Dead Valley. Both of them, however, are absolutely amazing. Here's another example what I want to give you, because some of you may be like, yeah, but it's one thing to talk about education and it's another thing about, I don't know, about death and about really bad, negative and sad moments in our life. I'm gonna give you this example. Just before that, let's just see who commented. Connie saying no, but I will. Absolutely yes. Highly recommending you both TEDx talks of Sir Ken Robinson, and he also did a lot of other speeches. Watch all of them. Just go on YouTube and type Sir Ken Robinson. You're gonna watch amazing talks. As a speaker, he's amazing. As a personality, he's hilarious, and as a professionalist, he is like huge professionalist. It's just amazing. Here's the second person I want to give you as example, because she is a lady I never met personally, but she did a TEDx talk on an extremely serious topic, which is about death, and she made it hilarious. Not because the topic is hilarious, but because so many of us are so afraid to speak about death, and she took completely different approach. So her TEDx talk is called "We Don't Move On from Grief, We Move Forward with It." She talks about death, about grief, about her first husband, having in mind that her second husband was in the audience, and she was talking all the time about her first husband and the grief she was going through and the whole transformation. I have goosebumps right now. I'm not going to tell you everything from her speech, but go and watch Nora McInerney. I hope I pronounced her name correctly, but Nora is absolutely like the best example I can give you how you can put the number three, how you can put humor in your story, regardless what is your topic. You can absolutely gonna love it. Doris is saying no, sounds like I missed something. You're absolutely gonna love it. I promise you. It's gonna be like amazing. Sir Ken Robinson and Nora as examples. Brilliant talks. Okay, number 5 and last. Today is going to be a relatively short podcast. Number 5 is to ask your audience rhetorical questions and then answer them. Okay. I know it sounds kind of like weird for those of you who are not that used to be on stage, but let me explain you this. The reason why I'm giving you that what's gonna make your TEDx talk or any kind of speech super powerful is by asking questions and answering them. Is because the moment when you ask a question, like you talk and then at some point, like let me give you example from Alina Timofeeva TEDx talk. She's one of my mentees, and her TEDx talk, I'm not going to quote exactly what was in the script, but it was I'm going to quote, like try to quote her. I had 497 rejections and 3 yeses. And what did I do? No, it was like this. I had 497 rejections. And what did I do? I kept traveling between Moscow and London to go to search for a job because I wanted to move to London. And at the end, I had 497 rejections and 3 yeses. So you see how she asked a question like, what did I do? Because majority of the people in the audience are exactly this, like, what did she do? Like 497 rejections, goodness me. So ask those questions, and then later on, or straight away, answer them. The moment when you ask questions, the audience is gonna basically be like, oh my god, yeah, I was thinking about it exactly, like what did she do? And then by answering them, you keep the audience engaged. That is the like one of the most amazing ways to keep engaging your audience through different questions. Now I'm gonna give you one trick here. A second reason why I'm asking you to put rhetorical questions and then answering them is because you, as a speaker, once you write your script, after this, you need to basically learn it. I'm going to give you a tip how not to learn a script by heart, because that's quite difficult. Okay. What we actually, as professional speakers, learn is the questions. Okay. Here's the tip. We really, literally, we'll learn the questions in one speech. And let's say I've got a speech of 10 minutes and I've got 5 questions, okay, to cover, 5 topics or sections or paragraphs to cover. Each paragraph is starting with a question. All I need to remember from my speech are the 5 questions. That's it. And the sequence between the questions, obviously. Because the moment when I say out loud the question number 1, paragraph number 1, I know very well the answer, right? But 1, I'm keeping the audience super engaged. And 2, because I know the answer, the only thing I need to remember is the questions, the 5 questions in a 10 minutes talk. That's it. It's so powerful by learning just the questions. That's all you need to learn. It's one of the most powerful advice is what I give to all mentees I work with. Graceland is saying, this is the Graceland Diabetes Foundation. Who is behind Graceland Diabetes Foundation? She's saying hello to you, and good morning or afternoon and evening. Just put the name who is behind the foundation. That's so amazing. And also where you're watching it from. Okay, all kinds of questions. It's now time for questions. Let me just go very quickly through the 5 ways to engage your audience, make them connected to you and glued to your speech. The number 1 is to put your audience in the scene next to you, straight next to you. The number 2 is to describe the pain, the transformation, the difficulties from your story. The number 3, the most pivotal moment of your story is the exact critical moment when you took a decision to change your life. Then number 4, to put hell a lot of humor in your script, in your speech. And number 5, which has 2 reasons there to be there, is to ask a lot of rhetorical questions and then answer them. Because the last one, number 5, asking questions is going to help you as a speaker to remember your script. You don't have to remember by heart your TEDx script. Just remember all your questions, right? I just gave it 2 in 1. Okay, I don't see more questions or comments. Therefore, as I give you 5 ways to engage with your audience and make them feel connected to you, I basically gave you the neuroscience law of association today, which, as you know, I'm so crazy about neuroscience. Okay, few quick announcement, just as I'm waiting, if you have any other questions, how I can answer them. But that was it, the teaching for today. quick announcement. Next week, I am gonna go hiking. I love my hiking. So instead of doing a live on Friday 12 p.m., what I'm gonna do on Friday, I will most probably record from any of the peaks. It's gonna be really high, like 2,000 200 meters above sea level is one of the peaks we're hiking. It's going to be quite high. So as I'm not quite sure how is going to be my internet day, I'm going to be just with my phone trying to switch off from a lot of digital. So what I'm going to do is I will record a video and I'm going to post it on Friday. I will pick few topics about TEDx. So I'm going to keep giving you a lot of value about TEDx. I'll just, the difference is going to be that it's going to be a recorded video. So I'll just post it as a normal post and I'll post it on YouTube as well. So those of you watching on YouTube, you're not going to miss it. Don't worry, I'll post it on LinkedIn. I'll post it on YouTube. I stopped using Facebook for the moment because I disagree massively with what's going on Facebook. So yes, I'm not using Facebook anymore. Okay, Doris is saying, so valuable. Thanks for sharing, Biljana. Especially love number 1 and number 5. Thank you so much, Doris. Such a pleasure to have you. Connie saying thank you. Connie saying, Biljana was accepted on TEDx stage. Should I apply to another one? Yay! Amazing! Such a great news. Congratulations, Connie. If you're accepted on the TEDx stage and you already have like a confirmation, the date, the time, and they send you an email with the complete confirmation that you are confirmed, Connie, don't need to apply to another TEDx talk because that's just what you need to do too. So Connie, for all of you watching, Connie did join my last TEDx masterclass. That's why she's texting like accepted. I'm so excited for you. So my advice is don't apply for others because it's not like wasting time on that, but I want you to now focus and invest your time in perfecting your script. We did a script together, so keep working on your script. And yes, I still need to send you the title because titles are so important. Doris is saying, enjoy the hike. Thank you so much. Doris, have an amazing Friday, amazing weekend as well ahead. And to all of you, I'm so happy, Connie, for you. That is amazing news. You made my day today. To all of you watching today, I'm wishing you an amazing weekend ahead, a great and very successful Friday as well. Have a very restful, lovely and wonderful weekend ahead. Connie saying it's because of you. Thank you, Connie. I'm wishing you all amazing weekend. I'm going to see you next Friday as a recorded video because I'm going to record it up from the mountain. I'm going to try to pick an amazing, I don't know, location where we're going to sit for lunch and yes, we're going to have lunch and I'm going to just use my phone to record yet another very powerful tips series for TEDx. So tune in and I'm going to see you next Friday. Have an amazing weekend and see you soon.